on top of the pedestal. Who shot? I am so sick, I need medical. I learned that shit down in Mexico. The rhythm's a rebel. Doing it, proof I be on a new level.
I was just thinking, QUEX-III-QU-O-T-AL thing. Level it out. Levaquin. I'm in a QUEX-III-QU-O-T-AL at the moment. I'm in a QUEX-III-QU-O-T-AL arena. Non c'è bene. Right. I am in a place where, when I was doing one of the other videos, the 18-minute video on the trisomy security officer, yeah, I mean, I lifted my glasses for like a split second, and I caught my real visage on the retina cam of the vertical horizon god slit. Not the circle people of whatever I'm in at the moment, or usually in double compression of things, which then jumped my thought process, because now I'm in QUEX-III-QU-O-T-AL mode. Yeah, you guys have moods, I have modes, M-O-D-E-S. If you could do me a favor, and the sleeping bag, right, that my forevermore husband packed me before we were born as extra special QUEX-III-QU-O-T-AL feathered serpent star gods in this version of humans. If you could please ask NICKLAUS to hold his wife's one sleeping bag that he packed her, without any of the other round-eyed, like, pupiled, like, whatever, children having to study it. If he could look at his notes for a minute, just him, with his vertical horizon godly eye slits. I had a run-in with a good friend of ours from elsewhere territory. He goes by the name it's JC, no dots, and then a hashtag, which is the TICTAC-CROSSTOESSFILE, the two toes, right, the two toes going in the opposite directions of where we need, right. He has a beautiful son. He says that he's Colombian. I said I couldn't tell you if that's what it looks like, but he has jeweled eyes. He's absolutely gorgeous, and he comes on a very special star date. But my point is that if you could please put him in our zippered extra special sleepaway camp bag for the moment, because I know they don't qualify for RH negative whatever, but as QUEX-III-QU-O-T-AL, I also had a run-in with he's not, Joe mentioned that he has not been feeling himself lately, right, got married to a Korean woman for some U.S. citizenship, no idea why. I have a feeling that they targeted him probably for my QUEX-III-QU-O-T-AL status of the Down syndrome children are frightened of all fucking hell, as they always should be when I arrive, but my point is that he and I had a let's say, it was scheduled, it was on extraterrestrial or extraterritorial schedule within the sleeping bag, let's say, per se at the moment, just me and you, NICKLAUS. If you could check our zippered sleeping bag that nobody else is allowed to look at, since only you and I have the vertical horizon slits in our eyes that also are round pupils, P-U-P-I-L-S, that's what makes us extraterritorial, as opposed to the round-eyed whatever. So with that being said, I had a run-in at a tic-tac-toe with the gentleman from Starbucks, right, handsome fella. He said that he wasn't feeling good. When I went to go see and check out his living arrangements on inspection of things that I appreciate around Bayside, right, yeah, he took me around. I didn't force my way in. He just invited me, and I said, okay. Right, so upon that, it was not in the bioluminescent protected file. Why is that? I was in the complete round-eyed pupil of normality of, like, there's no QUEX-III-QU-O-T-AL anywhere, right? And then I was a little worried about, he had some kind of, like, security camera, and I'm like, is that like, secure, like, closed circuit? Like, are you sure? So if you want to check on your extra special territorial security, make sure that didn't jump, say, human googly-eyed whatever and blackmailed stupid fucking idiots that need bullets. Right, maybe you could dispatch a bullet list team from the zippered file of, we have vertical horizon slits as pupils, and the round-eyed ugly ones that all the rest of you have in Normalville, right? So if you could just maybe helping me out, my love, because there was something not so, I think you need to check the spectrum, whatever was going on, because I was not in my normal mode. I was pulled into an overwrite that I did not authorize, although I would do it for Joe if he needed help to get him moved into the correct bioluminescent file that only our vertical horizons are allowed to know about and touch. Right, and we're trying to get the kind bulls in the china closet, right, to be only vertical horizon approved bulls to clean out the china closet. Right, yeah, the trisomy, right, the children of the broken are like really gung-ho in the gong bell of, do you remember that? The GONGSHOW? In America, when we were little, there was a big, well, you weren't here, right, but there was a big, gigantic, stupid bell. And they would, at the end, they would take this thing and they'd go ding. And it would be, yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's, if you check my zippered sleepaway camp bag that only you and I are allowed to look at, right? How do we dispatch people from, well, the ones that keep touching our zippered sleepaway bag that only you and I fit in, and you zippered me in with you, and it up to like our necks and then around our heads, and it's just the two of us in one sleeping bag? And why do the other, like, and that's our trisomy, like, security officer, like, whatever we were born with in birthright and divine right, why are the dirty, disgusting, broken flapper lab assistant people touching our zipper? There was no, like, it was zippered from the inside with you and I, like, and you were holding on to the zipper, you weren't letting go. So why did somebody outside of our two people in one sleeping bag, and you holding on to the only zipper and me, why did anybody else think they could touch and help the dirty, disgusting fucking flapper children talk themselves into our sleeping bag and unzippering our whatever? Who approved that? And why are they living? And why are they growing in number and nobody's paying attention and nobody's fucking knocking out some bullet lists? I'm just curious.